So what if I'm wrong? Is this all just spreading false hope? Listen up, 4am Club. I hear this a lot, and let me put your fears to rest. First off, what I will say is that, remember, I am a psychic. I am just a psychic. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a political operative. I don't have any specific, hard, concrete data that what I'm saying is true. So could I be wrong? Sure. But I'm going to tell you how I know what I know. And I'm also going to tell you how I do what I do so that you understand how I work as an ethical medium to bring you the information that I'm bringing you now. And I got to tell you, right out the gate, I don't do false hope, period. I think false hope is dangerous and damaging. And I know this as a psychic. I know this from having done client sessions for 8 years. So much of my job is not just what I'm receiving, but it's knowing how to deliver the right messages in the right way so as to do the most good and minimize harm. As an ethical psychic, I'm not just going to tell you what makes you feel good. I'm not just going to tell you what you want to hear. I can only deliver what spirit is telling me. I can only deliver what I'm reading in the energies. And I can only tell you what I'm seeing insofar as it's what I'm seeing. I will not give you anything that's outside of that scope. I won't do it. Period. Full stop. Could things change in the future? Yeah. That's how the future works. We don't predict the future. We read the energies to pick up on the trends to understand where we're headed. We are creating the future. So if the future changes, that's because we're creating it differently. But for me to be seeing what I'm seeing as concretely as I'm seeing it, and now we're seeing all the evidence of it start to mount up, that tells you that the energies are so solid that they're becoming physical now. And I'm also going to tell you this, that I'm thinking a lot of things that I'm not sharing because I am separating what I feel as an individual, what I'm curious about, what I'm still watching and studying. I'm separating that from the information that I've received through spiritual, non-physical, psychic means. I'm only bringing you the psychic information. Now, if you watch my videos, you know there are times where I interject and I will tell you, this is just my thought. This is just me as a human. This is just what I'm thinking. I'm delineating the difference so that you know where the information's coming from so you can trust the accuracy of the psychic information. Here's what else I know. And I said this in my very first and my second election day prediction video. Before I started anchoring the energies, what I said was, I know that where we're headed is a divine feminine timeline. Period, full stop, the end. I know that because of my involvement in the spiritual community over the past 10 plus years. I know that what we are creating is a future where we are evolving as a species. We are ascending. We are rising in our frequency and vibration. This presidency is a physical manifestation of that, but it's not the whole story that's at play. This is not the beginning and the end of the movement. This is just what we're seeing right now. And if you don't want to believe just me, that's totally fine. I'm not a guru. I don't have all the information. I may not even have the best information. I'm just receiving a lot of it and I'm sharing it. And part of what I'm seeing, again, as I'm telling you, is that I am aggregating information from other intuitive psychic sources that I trust. I'm using my psychic ability to feel into the energetic truth of every bit of information I'm coming across. And if it doesn't pass the test, I'm not going to watch it, listen, engage with it, and I'm certainly not going to talk about it. The only things I'm talking about here are things that everything in my body and soul, all my psychic spidey senses are tingling to say, yes, yes, yes. And on top of that, if it was just me, I'd be like, yeah, fine. I might be, I might have gone too far on this one. But this isn't just me. That's the whole point of the 4am Club, is the fact that hundreds and thousands of us, they're saying millions. People are saying we might be numbered in the millions. Millions of us had a collective experience. And I know plenty of us were very afraid in the midst of that. I know that not everyone has the same certainty that I'm telling you now, but I know that the rest of us do. There are, I don't know how many untold thousands of us who feel the same truth that I'm telling you. So if you don't want to believe just me, that's fine. If you're afraid of false hope, that's fine. Take it easy. But just wait and listen and see how it feels when you engage with this information. Does it bring you hope? Does it make you say, hey, maybe there's some truth to this. maybe this is something that is emerging. Maybe all of these women and all of these people around the world are onto something. So maybe it's worth my while to suspend my disbelief for just a minute and feel into what they're saying. That's the key, is that our minds can be confused. Our thoughts can betray us, but our physical feelings, our gut feeling, our instinct, even though we might be scared, our gut instinct guides us back to truth. So bottom line, I would never give anyone false hope if I didn't fully and completely believe in what I'm receiving and what I'm bringing to you. I wouldn't do it, period. But I will say this as one final note. I have been doing this professionally for 8 years, and I'm never wrong. I'm never wrong. I've had my clients even come back years later and say, oh my gosh, that thing finally happened. I'm just good. I'm just good at what I do. So trust me or don't trust me, that's entirely up to you. But I'm doing everything in my power to bring you the most accurate, ethical information. That's all I can do.